Good morning. I'm back with another floss tube. This is season 5, episode 11. And it's it's been a busy week and I made some changes. Come on, turn down. There. Um Floss tube is where I talk about my cross stitching and my other hobbies, like reading, crochet, quilting, but the last two have been out the door for a while because I've just not been in the mood. But hopefully that changes soon. Changes I made. I got tired of taking pics, posting pics, taking pics, posting pics for all the groups, and it's been slowly building. And all the groups are so much fun. But I needed a break. So I left all of them except for full coverage fanatics because I'm only doing the yearly on it. So it's not like I take pictures even daily for that because I work on other stuff. It's only when I'm doing full coverage that I hit it. And then like the Stitch is So Beautiful, which I'm doing, it's monthly challenge. And I get to pick whether I want to participate for the month or not. Well, all the groups you get to pick whether you participate or not. But I do hers like every 3 months and all. So I stayed with it. And then the Stitch Long group for the Chatelaine I stayed with, which I don't have to post pictures in there. I do because I want to. So I dropped all the groups. I probably will join more later. I just need a break for now. So for now, I'm just stitching what I want to stitch and working on my personal goals. So I love my coffee. So this week, I stitched 4,050 stitches, which is better than last week. Yeah, about 400 stitches better. So let's start going through these. Probably will be working on this one today. So, Raven's Spooky Alphabet. Okay, that is a memo for me. There. Y'all ready? Look at that. Okay, so I want to add, see this crow here? I got it from Lola Crow's Greenhouse of Oddities. I want to put one over here and one over here. And then I got the beads. And then she's done. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my whip for today because that would give me 3 finishes this month. And I like that. So that's going right there. And I did 1,000 stitches on her last week. Then I also pulled out Dark Queen of the Earth. And I'm wanting to get her done before they do the next sow. And I probably won't get it done. But I did 600 stitches down here for her. And this is 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. So, and that is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Then I also worked on my stained glass fairy, which is by Stitch is So Beautiful. She's doing a contest this month, and if you stitch 250 stitches a week, you get the free pattern and you get entered into a drawing. Well, I did 500 stitches. I'm working over here, and that's it. What I'm doing is I work by the column, finishing the column, and each of these little squares. And I'm working from the left to the right. So I pick one of the colors, the farthest one up, and the little corner, and then I work it regardless where it goes. So I'm finishing off this row of pages. So I will be working on this at least 500 stitches for the month. I mean, for this coming week, because I'm doing 10 stitches. And so that's 500 tent. Then, now this is the day that I dropped everything, because I only needed 400 stitches on this, and it was like, I don't want to stop. And all these games and all, I didn't need any more. So, and I had already been thinking about dropping the groups, and I already had dropped several. And I was like, and Addie from Cross and Quilts was there, and she's like, did I get you? And it's like, a little bit, but that's okay, because I was already thinking about it. But I was working on my water garden, so my chatelaine. So I only had this part done. So this week I finished this part and started this one. Now I've even got the beads up here. Lisa sees it, and she said, bling, bling, bling. Look at this purple. Addie from Addie's Cross and Quilts sent me that silk, and it looks gorgeous. It's Bouquet by Moe's Silks. It is gorgeous. So I plan on finishing this section over here. Well, everything from the top up will be on the bottom, and then it's done. But I've discovered on this black, I can only get 500 or 600, and then my eyes start going cross-eyed. So, yeah. I did, let's see, how many stitches did I do this week on this one? 1,950. And I'm almost done. So, this coming week, I want to finish this part, all the bottom part. I need 4,600 stitches on my Jelly World, which I did not work on this past week. I want to finish Raven, and I want to get 500 stitches on my Stained Glass Fairy. Then, if I have time, I want to work on my Greenhouse of Oddities, Christmas in the Woods, and my Birthstones and Flowers. So, I got a lot to do. A lot to do. But once I left the groups, it was like a relief. I didn't realize I was so crammed in, you know? But it is what it is. Now, reading, I did a lot of reading again. And let's see. So, I finished Blood and Honey, which I did enjoy. I finished Full Measures, which I also enjoyed. God's Monsters, as I liked. The Handmaid's Tale. I thought I would enjoy it more than I did. I really did. But I didn't. Powerless and Powerful, okay? I read those as a tandem read. Now, I had read them before, but one right after the other. And the second one really didn't make much sense to me. Well, I did the tandem read, and oh my God, it was so much better. She should have did both of those books together as the tandem read. And 5 stars easily, reading them like that. And then I also read Stuck with You. So 7 books last week. I'm up to 74 books. So, all my books that I had on the 3rd shelf fell out. So, back to filling it up. And what I did was just count out 74 books all in all. And that's what I'm going to do, because last week I forgot to do the books. So this week I got to get them in there. I got to get all of them in there. There. And let's see if I can fill up this. I'm pretty sure I'll fill up the shelf. But then I will start on the 2nd shelf. I've read 74 books so far this year. A lot more than what I thought, which most of them are Audible books. And that I've been getting from Hoopla or Libby app and Audible and Everand. I have been debating about dropping one of them, either Everand is the one I'm thinking about dropping. And I don't know, I keep going back and forth in my head. Okay, now, let's see. So, come on, I just set you down. So, January, February, March, and then the rest of March. And that's where I'm at. Now, the 9 books that I needed, I've read all. I'm working on The Assassin's Blade. And then Rebel Witch and the Book of Witching are the next 2 I need to do. I'm almost done with Assassin's Blade. I think I've got like 3 hours worth left. I might do that this morning and then stitch some. And then start one of these 2. Probably the Book of Witching, because I've had it longer than Rebel Witch. Will I get both of these done? I'm going to try, but I don't know. Physical books I read slower. Audio books are easy because I can stitch and listen. And I will do that all day long. But that's it. I did get, I've set it up for the not April. I've got it set up, and I've got for the spring equinox for the challenge, Orleum Academy. Yeah. And I will share that when I do my flip through for my December spreads. Yeah. A lot of people don't like it when it's puffy like that, but I do, because it just shows me that it's well used. It is well used. But I'm getting, you know, really close. I probably will get June in here. Through June. Maybe July. Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. But that is it. I do want to work on either my Chatelaine or Raven today. But then I also want to read all day. Choices are hard. I probably will get quite a bit of this in, my 2 hours in for this. And then stitch. And then maybe finish this after I stitch. I don't know. We'll see. But that's all I have for today. I hope everyone's having a blessed day. And hit like and subscribe and join me next week.